Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Flower Patch. My name is Iris Smith and I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I also thank you for all your wonderful messages that you have sent to me, and it's so touching and very kind of you. Right, today we're going to do something softer. I've got a customer order. She's going to be collecting it probably over the weekend, so I thought let's get it done now. She has requested silver, pink and some white. It is a Christmas gift for her daughter to place in the house. Well, not a Christmas gift, but just to put in her house, a new house over Christmas. She wants a bit of glitter in the foliage and maybe in some floral. But other than that, she's not sure what else she wants. Oh, and she does want a bow, but she doesn't want a glittery bow. She wants all the glitter to be in the actual arrangement. So I've done a bow in the silver and the pink stripe. I've got, it's like a sheen on it. It's not glitter, with the frayed edge in silver and just the baby pink in the pink and white striped as well, just to give off that soft look with it. And I've put some tail ends. I have got the container, which is a ceramic vase, and we are going to place probably the bow, at the front. So that is our bow. Now I have cut a few stems off the bunch, and we've got some of our dusted twined fern. I've got out a bit more of my pine needles, the small ones where I've sprayed before we started. I've got out some pink maple. Well, it's like a peachy pink tone to it with a pink undertone. So I've just grabbed those. They was on a garland and I placed them all on single sticks. I have got some bay leaves, I think they are, in silver out. I've got some silver fern as well. Now I've got some glittery foliage, and I've just brought the bag. It's open because I can't close it. There's some cypress leaves and some other oddments what are in here that we may be able to use. I've got out just one stem of my pink glittery grass that I thought we could perhaps just, dot around. And I've also, now these are new, I've got these in, I've got a lot of them in. Now these are a deluxe eucalyptus. They are plastic, but they are really heavy and they are thick plastic, and they are slightly waxed as well. So I did pay a little bit extra for these, but they are fabulous. And the stem, as you can see, is exceptionally long. They're about, I think, about 88 centimeters long in total, so they are quite long, but they are again exceptionally good quality. So I thought, I've got two stems of those out, so I thought we could incorporate those. I have got out some berries. I've got some oddments in there, but I've got out the ones that I'm going to use are these, and dot a few of those around as well. I've got out some glittery little mini silver poinsettias as well. I've got this out. Whether I'm going to use it or not, I'm not sure, but it's with the pinks, whites, a little bit of green on the foliage, and some dark pink as well. So we may incorporate those. I have got the roses out, just the buds though, not the big heads. These are my deluxe roses. I tend to use these for a lot of weddings. They are very popular, so we've got those out as well. And I've cut down, ready off the big bunch, some of our Chinese lanterns in this lovely vintage pink, which I think's lovely. So we've got those, and I've just got out some, I've only got 3 out, some orchids with the glitter on in pink as well. So that's what we've got today. I have got some ivy here that I used earlier on this morning, what I've got left from the garland, so I may incorporate some of that. So that is what we've got for today. And we're going to bring the camera down. I've got my jacket on, guys. It's cold, it's raining. You may hear the rain, but yeah, it's just cold. So again, I'm going to bring the camera down and we're going to get started. So I'm going to bring it only about here because I want you to see around the top. I'll lift it slightly so you can see around the top. Do I bring you in a bit? Yeah. So you can see what I'm doing. Right, let's have a look. I may put some of this long pieces of ivy in. I just take the bunch out. I did a Christmas arrangement this morning. That may be too long. Thank you, Karen Slater, for informing me of the wreath boxes as well. I did look at that lady's site. The last time I looked, she was having renovation done to her house and she wasn't selling any at the time. So I have had a look this morning and she is now selling the last few for this year. So I think I'm going to place an order. Somebody's here. I don't believe it. One moment, guys. Sorry, guys. It was a parcel for my son. He didn't say he was, he's at work. He didn't say he was getting one. Right, so we're going to place this and I'm going to bring it and place it around the top. I can get it in. I have covered the foam in wreath wrap, which just covers the foam. If it's going outside, it protects it as well. I may bring one up here also. Yes, I'm going to have to start and get out my Christmas boxes. I'm just seeing if I need to make it slightly taller. I'll hold back with that. Something's just telling me I'm not quite sure. I'll bring one down here as well. When I first started, I started out doing just simple arrangements when I first started many years ago, along with simple bouquets as well. Now I'm going to bring this one, just cut that off, probably around here. So this one looks like it's just flowing down from this one. And then I'm going to put a smaller one just at the front here. And let that just stick out like that. So we don't need no more of those. Let's have a look. I'm going to place in just some of our orchids. And I may bring that where it's hanging down here. Let me just take the tag off. Let's have a look. That's so I'll bring that so it's coming down this side. So I'm going to cut that around there. Let's cut it at an angle first. These are quite heavy. They are plastic. So that should just naturally, you know, drop down. I'm going to place one up here with the tall piece. I'll cut that as well. I'm not saving the stems on here because they are all glittery. So I'm just going in front so the ivy can be like the background foliage too. So it just looks like we've gone down in a straight line. This one, and I'm going to bring this at the back. So we've got one also at the back. Oops, I haven't taken the tag off. You can cut them in half if you wish. Just place that, give it a little bit of shorter. So we've done it like that, and we've gone shorter, well, not shorter. I've bent the stem more in towards the back than just coming out. So I've just, so it's nearly touching the container. So that is that one. So we'll get our conifer, our eucalyptus. I'll just take the tag off these as well. And I'm going to do, maybe bring one in the center here as well. So it's got a little bit of height. Maybe the orchid can, you know, lean on it. We'll bring one either side of the one drooping at the front. Again, the lady asked for something quite long in length. I forgot to say that as well. So we'll bring this one here as well. Oops. Let me just cut that a little bit more. And then just bend it to give it that movement. So we've got those there. I may not even need two. And then bring one down. Let's just have a look. Yeah, I'll use, I don't need that one. So I'll bring this one down with the one at the back. Like that. And then the last one. Now I will save this, so I may be able to use it for something. And the last one I'm going to bring with this ivy here. Where do I bring it? Place that. Oh, I'm going to place it up above. So we've got it hanging down like so. Let's just have a look at some of the cypress leaves. They are quite long. Could use smaller ones as well. Let's see if I've got something smaller. Oh, I've got this where I could bring here. Have I got any more of those? Oh, I can see one here. So what I'm going to do instead, just bring that out at that side, and then I'm going to do the same at the opposite side of the orchid as well. So I've got the two silver there. Here's another one. I'll bring one out at the back with the ivy, because there's nothing with that one as of yet. So we'll place this under, just under the ivy, a little colour. as you can see there. And I may, for the ones above, I don't think I want two on this side. I think I may just place one. So we're going to just turn and go to the back. I've got some glittery fern in there as well. I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to place in some of our twined fern. Let's just get it untangled. Just to give some of this a little bit of movement. So we'll just give that a little bit of movement there. I'll bring one coming out here as well. I'll bring this thing one at the back. Going to, yeah, we'll bring one there, just on that corner, that edge. Just going to see where we may need. Yeah, I'm going to bring one right at the bottom, just under here. Let's cut this one down shorter. So we're bringing them all around, and then I'm going to bring this one down here. So we've got the dusted twined fern all around, and again our bow, I'm going to place our bow maybe on the side here. I don't want it because this is going off to the side, so this will go around there. So we may be able to just get that in now actually. I'm just wrapping the wire around each other. See if we can get it in. Now we may have to use a stronger pick. And wrap it around the pick. There's a little bit of glue. There. Now I've wrapped it around the top. So we'll just get the glue on there. If the tail ends are too long, I'll just either curl them or cut them a little bit shorter. Let's just curl. I've not dovetailed them, I've just turned the ends over. Just put a little bend in those so they've got a little curl, not much, probably. So that's our bow at the side. Oh my goodness. So let's have a look now. The grass. We'll hang back a minute with those. I think I want to add in some of our maple. Trying to get the ones that are near the front. We'll start with those. And I'm just going to bring these underneath here to give a bit of like lighter tone to the bottom. So we're going to go just under and then just bend it down again, just to give that little lighter tone down at the bottom here. And I'm going to do something similar just down. Let's have a look. down here as well, underneath where the silver cypress leaf is. So we'll bring that there. Just show maybe a little bit of it. So we've got that there. I'll bring up one around the back. As well. But I brought that one a little bit higher up than the others. We'll go under here also. Have that there. And I want to bring one and just, you know, for a bit of depth in the center. I could bring, if I have a look. No, we'll bring it in the center. And I've just pushed it, you know, quite far down. So I've just got that little bit of a pink in the center. I'm not going to use any more of those. Again, we have got quite a bit here. Now the lady did want long, you know, long lengths. So let's take this tag off. So do I just do one? No, I'm going to have to spread this around. Yeah, I'm going to have to spread it. So I will place a little bit here at the back. There, and I'll place on the other side as well. Some come with two pieces together, like this one, and some have just got one. So we'll place this one. If I can get it in. We'll bring that one there. So you've got the two wispy grasses up above. Now I've only got little thin pieces of these here, so I may cut these down. And I'm not going to place in lots. Yeah, I'm going to cut those down once they're in. So I'm going to bring these just slightly out here. So you've got that coming out there. I don't want it that long, so I'm just going to snip some of it off. Not too much. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's a bit better. I've got another one here, so I'll do the same on the opposite side. These look a little bit smaller, so I'll go just behind the bow with these coming outwards. So Oh, we'll have to get that glue string. Let's get that glue string. We don't want that. So we'll cut those ones down a little. As well, just to give that little bit of movement. And you know, again, the lady wanted length. I'm going to bring, I've just got to look at it, guys. I'm going to bring the thicker ones to the bottom. I'm coming down. I may have to cut these as well. So let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut that. So I may want one more. Bring that down to the bottom as well. Hi, hon.
Hello.
So we'll do the same with that one. And I'm not going to place that in anymore. We'll bring that down across near the back. Let's have a look. Yeah, because the bow is the, you know, the front. The rest of the flower arrangement is off to the side. So we'll keep those there for now. Let's have a look at our silver fern. I'm going to bring one down here. I'm not going to do the, you know, place them on picks. I'm just going to bring that one down there and maybe one on, you know, around the bow area. Because we need to put something around there. Because it's got 3 leaves on, I will bring one slightly up. So you've got it then like that. So let's cut another one. Have a look around where our bow is. Yeah, we're going to place one where the bow is as well. So I'm just going to go under the bow. Oops. I can't. And have that. Let's bring one of the leaves up as well. Which one? So we've done that there. And then I think, because we've not really got much silver showing at the top. We'll place one around here. No, just like that. We need to place in something at the back. I think if I just, yeah, because there's a gap, you know, at the back, and it's just got the maple really there, I need something with a bit of colour. So we're going to bring this here. It's going to go in between each of these maple. Just open them a little so you get the colour. So I place those like that. I may bring, I'm just going to see if I need one around where the bow is. Or actually under the bow would be nice. So that's just there at the side here of the bow. I'm not going to be placing too many of these in, probably just 3. So we've got one there, one there. Sorry, this, I used to do this a lot. I think one's needed around here, so let's get one in there. Bring that little bit of colour again. Yeah, so we've done it like that. I'm not going to use any more. Now we've got, I don't think I'm going to use any more of the glittered foliage. I can't shut the bag, so let's put this tape over it. Oops, I can't do that either. Everything's falling out. I must get a bigger bag. Oh my goodness. See if I can just, oh, well that doesn't work. We'll leave it as it is. Crikey, there's lots of glitter. I want to get in some, I think I've cut a bit too much of our Chinese lantern. Where's the bow? I may have to place a small piece there. That's come off from somewhere. I want to bring a little bit of floral with the bow. I don't want it just, you know, being by itself. Even if you just see the pink in colour, just, you know, sitting around under or like that where the bow is. I'm going to bring one around the back, down at, or the side here. Now it is next to the orchid, so I will separate that with something, maybe a berry or a rose. I can't see where that one's come from. I'm going to do the same here, just to bring a bit of floral in here as well. Again, this will be up against the wall or something like that, so I'm not really placing too much elements at the back. So we've got that there. No, I think one needs to be around here. One there. So I maybe need a longer piece. I'm just looking to see where that one's come from. I don't want to take away, my aim is not to take away this. By adding something in near it, it looks like then the floral is going around. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. So something like this would maybe have to go under the bottom as a bit of depth where it's not seen. I think the only thing I may place in there is a white rose. I may place a, you know, a cluster of 3 just there. But I don't want these Chinese lanterns taking up the spotlight, so to speak. So I may bring this down here instead. Let's do that so it's underneath. So it's not taking up much of the spotlight, so we place that there. I may place one here as well. I don't want the extra large one. I wonder if that's come off of there. No. So we'll place this one here as well, just under the silver fern. I don't think I've cut that. No, I haven't cut it, so silly me. So it's just under that fern there. I'm not going to place any more of it in. I can't see where that one's come from. Strange. So I'll keep these together as put them in my leftover bucket, use them for something else. Right, I don't want no more of the fern either. So let's get rid of that. Now we do have, I don't feel, oh, I could place one of those there with the rose. Let's have a look. No, I think it's just the rose because it's a bud, it's not open, so it's not taking up. Let's have a look here. I'm going to just place in poinsettia silver one. I'm just going to sit that here. I don't really want the poinsettias either, you know, stealing the show, as we say. So I'm trying to keep it. I'll bring one down at the back as well. So I've got one up here and then one down. So I've staggered them. Just where shall I bring one? So if I just use 3. No, this is really very top heavy. It's slightly leaning. I'll bring one and I'll place it here. So then I've used 3. So then the lady has got some silver glittery foliage, floral as well. But I shall push it in as a bit more, as you know, as depth. So it's just popping out through the side. Now the rose, I don't think there was. Do I do a cluster of 3? Oh, my cat's back. Because it does look nice just with the one. I just want to see what it's like with a cluster of 3. If that looks too much. I quite like that. I like it there, but I'm thinking about what about here as well. We could maybe place them there on that side so they're seen more. So let's just put them there and see what effect they will have as a cluster here where the bow is. I can't get that one in some. And place the ribbon behind. Yeah, I think I'm going to put them there because when she's got it, the lady will have it on displayed and she'll have the bow at the front. She may slightly put it at an angle, but you want to see some floral around where the bow is. So I'm going to do that. I may just, you know, place one, let's see, at the side here, or probably 2, so then I've got 5. So I'll do that. So I'm going to place those in as a cluster. So let's just I may have to cut this a little bit more. These are rubber stems, and I tend to, I've prepared them in advance, snip off the rubber because it does melt in your glue pan. Yeah, so I placed that there. Oops, I've got an orchid that's popped off. So that'll be somewhere around here. Is it at the front? Oh, it's here. So let's get a little bit of glue, put it back on. You know, I should have my glue gun on. It's just because it's behind me over there, I don't see it. But I should place it on. There we go. So I've got the other two roses that I'm going to bring. Where this orchid is at the back, there's a little gap here. So I'm going to place one here. So let's do that. We've got that one there. We'll bring one here. I may have to cut this a little. Do the same on this side where I placed one of the poinsettias. So I'll put it with that. I can get it in. There we go. So I've placed them like that. So I don't want any more of the roses. Now, I know we have our berries. I'm going to dot these, a few of these around. Just take those for now. I don't feel I'm going to place in the bay leaf. And then I think I'll dot a bit of the pine needles around just to give that, you know, Christmas feel as well. And I do need some other little bits underneath also of the bow. So first of all, let's dot a few of the berries around. I'm going to bring somewhere the orchids are. And I'll do that one a little bit smaller. I think it needs to be better. So I've placed the two here. I want to bring at least one under the bow. So we may cut it actually a little. So I'm just going to place and put a little bit of that berries theme under here. I want it to be seen as well. So we've just got it there. I want one where the ivy is here on this side, just to bring a little bit of it there. Well, I'm just leaning the head slightly down. I feel where this cypress leaf is here, I feel I want one around this area. I think it's because if you look, it doesn't look balanced because it's all around there. And I think to place one slightly lower down would help. Just balance it out a little bit more. Yeah, so I'm going to want some around there also. Take it round the back. Bring one. I've brought one just under here. Let's have a look. And I'm going to bring one higher up as well. We need one higher up, even if it's at the back. Let's just bend it slightly forward. And I think maybe one around here, the bottom. So we're going all the way around with these and just popping them in. Place one there as well, slightly higher. And then we'll put one more in, slightly a bit more in depth. Under where the poinsettia is. I'm wondering if I need just I'm going to just need one more. And we'll place that one in. So we've got them going around the back as well. So now we don't need no more of those. And I've just remembered my husband bought me a cup of coffee. I know it's going cold. So now we're going to place in our pine needles. I'll just get quite a few out. And this is just to add that little Christmas theme with it being for the lady for Christmas. And we're going to dot a few of these around. So I'm going to place in one right at the back. Just so you can see that different texture. We're going to have one coming out from here as well. Where that rose is. It doesn't matter if it's sticking out slightly, a little bit more, that's okay. That gives you that movement. I'm going to go under here also with it, so you can have one at the bottom. So we'll cut the stem shorter there. a little bit more there, so we've got that one there also, and I'm going to bring one just around here. So I'm going like a down, up, and so on, like a zigzag effect. So we'll place that one in there. So that's there. So then now I'm working my way around again. So I'm coming around here and placing some down here. So I'll be wanting one at least to come longer out so you can see it, especially around this area. So we'll just cut a tiny bit off the stem, and I'm just going to go where this grass is and the ivy to start with. So I'm starting to bring just a bit of length into the pine needles. So that's there, here at the side. So where we see this silver fern, I'm going to want a longer one coming out, you know, in between the orchid and the eucalyptus. So we'll take a tiny bit off of there. So I'm going to go in between there. So I've got it coming out here. I don't mean to the full length of the orchid. Where these berries are as well, I'm going to place one here. So we'll cut that stem shorter. Just go in there. Again, that little bit of different texture. So I'm going to bring one around here as well, the berries on that side. So let's have a look. Now there's a gap right here, quite a larger gap than what was here. So this I'm going to want to bring, so it's filling that space in there. So it's going to be lower down than this one here. And it's just, you just see basically that single piece of the glittery grass by itself. So we're going to bring this one down a little bit longer than the other one. So now we've made that look slightly a little bit more full and not too much, you know, well, not a lot of gap in it. Now I want one around where, above where the roses are, the cluster of roses. So I may place one in the middle of them all. So I've done that and placed it in the middle. And again, it's longer than what the roses are, but that's not a problem. That's just giving us the effect. And I'm going to go shorter with this one and bring it underneath the berries, or yeah, where the berries are as well. you know, add something with those also. Again, we don't want it to be too bland and not really much here. So let's just bring those with the berries, bit of foliage. So we're on this side. So I'm going to bring one with the berries down, or the ivy down here. So just to add again something different, you know, texture and contrast. With that, just making sure I've got one. Right, I'm going to bring one right up above where the orchid, and it's going behind with the eucalyptus, and I may just bring one more either that side. Yeah, and then that will be that. We don't need no more because it won't add any more interest. We'll bring one slightly a little bit further down than that one, so they're at different heights. We don't need no more. I'm covered in glitter. So that is our lovely arrangement, vase arrangement for a customer who wants it for her daughter, with some glittery foliage and floral and a nice plain ribbon, not glittered. You know what, guys, it actually amazes me the different, you know, tastes and styles that people like. It really does. I love it. So let me just clear up all the mess. Get rid of all of this. So there is where you see where it will be sitting, you know, this angle, the where the ribbon is. But if you know, me personally, I would sit it slightly at an angle, just slightly, so you can still see the ribbon, but also you can start to see all of this. And we've used the orchids to draw, you know, to give us that line. We could have used the other orchid, another orchid, and placed it under here to give that triangle, but I've created the triangle with the back of it because I wanted something at the back what was long. So I've created that triangle down here and then to the point here and back up. So I could have, you know, added in another and created it here, but I wanted our bow, you know, the lady wanted a bow, and so I wanted it to be, where's that tail end? The main feature of the arrangement for the lady. And again, I think that looks really pretty. I always say pink and silver are fabulous together. Absolutely fabulous. That goes like that. Just arranging it in the colour order of what the loop should be. So they've slightly moved with me, you know, touching them. It's just so, yeah, so that would be how I would sit it, not like that, I would sit it just slightly like that. And again, the lady wanted a bit of glitter in foliage and the floral and some greenery, a bow what wasn't glittered, and then she said the rest was left to me. So I added the berries and the orchids. She didn't know what floral she wanted. She never, you know, she just said she'd just want a nice big tall an arrangement. So we've added the height here, and we brought the the length down to the bottom. And just by adding some, like the twined fern for the movement and bits of the grasses, the wispy bits, that also helps. And just some nice eucalyptus. Eucalyptus always looks lovely in anything, absolutely anything. And also added the ivy as well to give that length to the arrangement also. Let me just turn that leaf correctly around. And that's, added that. And then also just with the maple, just added in a little bit of pink, or peachy coloured, peach, I don't know, it's got a bit of peach with a bit of light brown and pink undertone to it. It's like a dappled leaf out of, style. And then again, I've just put the really tall long cypress leaf at the top. So I've created the length here and used the eucalyptus and a bit of ivy for that tall length alongside the orchid. And I just added in a few little bits of poinsettia, with silver. So I hope you like that, guys. And again, pink and silver is fabulous. So it's for Christmas, and I'm sure that would look really pretty in anybody's house. So let me just bring up the camera. So that's what we have. Isn't that pretty? And from the side there. So let's just bring it up. Just move that off. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I hope that if you've got a lovely vase or vase, whether it be ceramic, maybe tin, aluminium, or pot, anything like that, give it a go. If you've got some, a container that's quite light, placing a bit of weight at the bottom, just so that the arrangement doesn't fall over, because this arrangement, it is, top heavy, so it could lean over if you didn't place in any like decorative stones, pebbles or stones, anything like that, or some sand in a bag, and tie the bag up so the sand doesn't come out, and place that at the bottom as well for the weight. So yeah, so I hope that you even if you don't want to do it in the pinks and that, I hope that you give it a go and make yourself a lovely Christmassy coloured arrangement to sit in your house, whether it be in your window, on a cabinet, in your hallway, foyer, anything like that. You could even do this on a bigger scale and place it in a tall plant pot. You can get, I've got them where all my flowers are in, and they're probably a really tall, what you've got on, you'd put on your garden to put a plant in. You get those and place two either side of your door and make two big ones like this for Christmas, and maybe a garland around the door as well to go with it, and a wreath as well on the door. That would look beautiful. So have fun doing it, guys. Enjoy it. And again, if you haven't got the elements I use, you can use other things. I mean, we've all got, I think a lot of us all always have fern, don't we? But if you haven't got the maple leaves in those colours, but yet you've got them in other, you know, a different type of foliage in those colours. Use them, guys. Use eucalyptus, you know, the silver dollar. You can get it in pinks and things like that. Use that. If you haven't got the dusted twine fern, you know, don't worry about it. You can use some wispy bits. I always do. If I don't want to use the fern, I would use wispy bits as well. And just like some of the cypress leaves, and just add those in, and some grasses, so to make it look really beautiful and elegant for your home, or for like this lady, her daughter. And I'm sure it would look really, really pretty. So please subscribe, share and like to everybody who you know, guys, and you know, bring them along again to see different styles that we do here, and you know, hopefully it inspires and gives you ideas yourself, and to bring the people along to maybe help those, because sometimes, I mean, I've sat one, especially years ago, and thought, oh, I can't come up with ideas, and then I've watched videos after videos, and you know, other people do inspire and give you that inspiration to try something different, and it's amazing, you know, how psychologically it has that effect on you. So give it a go. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. I won't be here tomorrow, usually my busy day. So enjoy your weekend, take care, good health, and I'll see you next week. And thank you for your comments. Keep them coming. And again, press that subscribe button. Right. So enjoy yourself, guys. I've got the choir practice tonight. We've started back, so back to singing. So have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Right, let's just take it off the stand. Oh, it's going to jump. Oh, no, I did that really well. Oh, I did that really well. I must remember how I did it. Right, let's go down here. So there's our bow with the silver ribbon where it's got the frayed edge, and it's just got the sheen on it, and then the pink and white 5/8 ribbon as well. And then there's a cluster of the 3 roses. I made sure one was going in towards the center of the bow, so the bow just didn't look like it was sat by itself. And then the berries underneath with our Chinese lantern and the pine needles also. And then our lovely silver fern. That is the deluxe eucalyptus, what is very weighty, and it is slightly waxed, but it is exceptionally thick, so it's really good quality. Here's some of our glittery grass, our dusted twine fern here as well, our cypress leaf there, and our lovely glittery orchid. Aren't they pretty? Oh, I love this. I love anything like that. And then our lovely little poinsettias placed in, and then our little picks with the seeded astilbe, a little bit of white ruscus, and you know, some green foliage also added in, our lovely ivy, and some more of our glittery foliage. Let's have a look at the back to see if I've missed anything. Let's just turn it around. Oh yeah, and our maple. Can you see the sort of like the peachy pink undertone? And there's the like the very light brown, but the peach pink undertone is around in it as well. So yeah, so that's what we've got around the back also. So it's a 360 degrees arrangement, so it can be seen if it's placed in the window outside as well. So I hope you give it a go, guys. I hope you have a wonderful time and enjoying, you know, creating something like this. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Bye-bye.